Aubrey and I decided that it'd be great to do a day in the life video because we just got this side of our facility online, which will show you more in depth. But we figured it would be fun to kind of talk you guys through like growing your business, because I know a lot of you that follow us want to start businesses or maybe have businesses. So we just want to talk about like some of the processes that we've taken, like growing our business into what it is now. And the first one I want to talk about is machinery, because we're waiting to fire up the machines behind us. We moved them into the new spaces and they weren't working right. I didn't sleep well last night because I was worried about if we were going to get them up and running. So we're about to do a test to see if it's working okay. But when we first started, we did everything by hand. We hand labeled bags, we hand sealed cookies, we we made all the dough and then hand rolled and hand stuffed everything. And then now, as we've grown, we have more and more machines. And so I'll walk you through some of the machines that we've got and how it's helped us along the process. And then obviously it may be different for everyone's business, but you really just gotta look at, when do I need to, like when do I have a pinch point or something that's slowing me down so much that I can't expand my business, and then how can I automate that process or get some kind of machine involved to make that process go better.
For whatever reason, this has been giving us issues, so we're about to find out if it works or not here right now.
Yeah.
I thought you guys would be more excited.
Well, we're smart, so because it knew it was gonna work.
You guys just you all needed to sleep on it, and then it's just working. Because you're so smart.
I prayed about it. I prayed and I was like, God will take care of this.
I'm the only excited one, I guess. But it's working.
Thank goodness it ran, it worked perfectly. These are by far the most expensive pieces of machines that we have in the kitchen. So with it not working, it's a little bit scary, if you will. But also a good upgrade for us was when we upgraded our ovens from the double stack ovens to the walk-in oven. With the double stack ovens, we could bake 3 pans per oven, so 6 pans total at about 20 cookies per pan, so that'd be 120 cookies. The walk-in oven, we can bake 30 pans at 20 cookies per pan, so 600 cookies. Obviously a big upgrade in volume.
Picture this. We literally used to seal every single package of a cookie one by one, smashing the seal in here, okay? And then we upgraded a little bit. This machine you can turn on, and it's a little tiny conveyor. You can roll the cookie through, or you can actually just kind of like let it float and someone else can catch it at the other end. So instead of sealing it like one by one, or sealing, let's say, 5 every minute with that band sealer, you could probably seal like 20 every minute with this upgrade. And then now we have the flow wrapper, which I'll ask Brad how many. Hold on a second.
We currently have it set on 60 a minute, but it can go up to like 150. But like we can't even load them that fast, so yeah.
So yeah, we went from 5 a minute to like 20 a minute to 60 a minute.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. But remember, with bigger machines come bigger problems, so you have to work with that. This is our beloved little baby mixer. It's what we used to use for every single batch of cookies, and now we have 3 big ones. We started with just one, the pink one, then we added 2, and now we have 3, which is really a good thing, because I would say 1 out of the 3 consistently like won't be working that day, so you're really only having 2 and then 1 being fixed. But efficiency wise, I mean, you're talking batches of like hundreds, like 500, 600 cookies, versus that would only make 50 to 100. This is the perks of the business. You get to try new stuff all the time.
The way I look at some of our machine purchases isn't necessarily about like how quick it can make things, but also like how much better it can make your life. And the dishwasher is one of them. This is a 140 quart mixing bowl. If you have to wash it by hand instead of using the dishwasher, you have to come over here to the 3-compartment sink. You had to like lean the bowl up here. You had to get soapy water and wash it out, and then you had to take it to the rinse it out, and then you had to sanitize it. And so you can imagine like someone having to hold this big bowl up and everything. So it's not quicker to go into the dishwasher, but everyone's quality of life goes up. So sometimes buying machines isn't just about making your job quicker, but making your job less painful.
Brad is still working downstairs, but I got ready for the gym. That's where we're gonna go, so let's go work out. Just got back from the gym, and now I am entering new employees into our brand new like timekeeping system. So we were on a pretty elementary one before called When I Work, which was great. We used it, and people could employees could access it on their app, and then they could log in or clock in and clock out for work on our tablet downstairs. This works the same way. It's called ADP, but we can also like integrate our payroll into it, and it's just like one step up. So I think that's something that happens as you scale your business. You just kind of baby step. I mean, we're 4 years into this now, and we're just getting to the point where we're in like a really formal clock in, clock out for every single employee, regardless of salary or hourly. And then all of payroll is integrated into that. It wasn't always that way in the beginning. I think we literally kept time on like a piece of paper for our employees, and that was like in the very beginning. And then just ran payroll like manually. So yeah, times are changing, and this will be really good as we get into wholesale, because then we track every single employee, like where they are. It's safety, like it's a part of like the safety concern. And anyway, so it's gonna be great, but you baby step.
To follow up what Aubrie said about employees, like in the beginning, you know, you don't have as many, so everyone kind of has to do everything. And then as your company grows, you hire like more and more specialized people. And for example, there was a 2 o'clock meeting that I was supposed to be in, but I got busy doing things in the kitchen, getting ready to run the machines in the new space together for the first time. But now it's okay that I miss those because I have the right team in place. I don't have to be at every single meeting. So. All right, so now we're testing both machines. This morning we tested one, now we're gonna test them both, and we'll see how it goes. We just met with our graphic designer that does a lot of our packaging design, and I kind of showed her other cookie dough companies and what they're doing, because we're trying to do like a cookie dough bite for Fat and Weird. It would be like a 1/2 ounce bite, so probably like this, a little bit smaller than like a Ferrero Rocher or like a truffle, but it would be a stuffed cookie dough bite like our cookies are. And then we're also gonna try to do like take and bake cookies, like maybe in a bag, because our cookies are so big that would be weird to put them in like those trays. So those are kind of the things that we're looking at right now, but it was a good meeting, and I have a lot of work to do now. Part of the wholesale that we're going into is that we wanted to do frozen cookie dough that people can like bake at home, like take and bake style. And so we've got to come up with baking instructions for like a home oven, because you saw our ovens earlier and those aren't home ovens. So it's way different to bake in our ovens at home. So I'm experimenting with how you bake our cookies at home. I grabbed some cookies from downstairs, still rocking my hairnet, and we're gonna bake them up here. I'm doing 425 for 12 minutes just to kind of see how that does. Okay, now we let them rest. So the problem with baking hotter, obviously it makes your cookies stand up more, but it then can burn the butter or, you know, caramel or whatever chocolate that's in there. So, you know, these burned. I feel like maybe 425 will work for less time, or just lower the temperature and see what we do. So we're going from 425 to 400 and seeing how that works. Now we're gonna do 400 for Ugh. Me, I'll set for 12 and then check it. Oh yeah, I think this is better. I think that did 12 minutes. I think I'm just gonna pull them. Let's let them sit for a little bit. That looks a lot better. They're grabbable, but like
No, they
yeah,
look
that's
good
perfect,
though.
right?
Like they're pretty.
Yeah. So what did we tell her? 400 for 12 minutes or 14? Or is it 14 with Brian? So.
I like that core a lot better than the other one.
And people that are going to want our brand, this is how our cookies are.
But you gotta think too, when people get home, if they really do.
This one's just like so hard to break open because everything is like
It's
all the
already-
marshmallows like over on one side. I guess it went everywhere.
Oh, look at it.
This
I
is
always pick mine up.
Cookie Anonymous next to this one, and they're like identical.
That's
So-
what I'm saying. I think that's the best.
Yeah.
The best option.
The only thing I'd say you could do is you could go hotter for less time, but it will be way more doughy in the middle.
It would, no, 100%, because that's what I do.
Part of our expansion is going from e-commerce to opening up other sales channels, which for us is going to be wholesale. And so this freezer is going to be our wholesale freezer. So you got to go in. Keep going. It's pretty cold in there. When we're talking about expanding your business, a lot of it is also expanding the sources of income that you have. For us, like 90%, if not more, is e-commerce right now, but about 10% is the storefront, which is kind of twofold. One, people can order online and then pick up in the storefront, or you can come get hot, fresh cookies in the storefront. So adding the storefront was a way to add on another revenue source for someone that didn't want to have cookies shipped. And then obviously adding wholesale will be a whole new revenue source for us. My friends that have companies, it takes a little while, but eventually your wholesale usually overtakes your e-commerce sales. So really excited about that in the future.
I'm here to pick up Letty from school. So excited to see her. But I know Brad was talking about storefront and e-commerce and rolling off of the e-commerce part. Obviously, there's a lot of marketing that's involved. Initially, when we were marketing Fat and Weird, we used our own platforms. We used social media a lot, and that continued for about 2 years, and we did it like all by ourselves. And then a lot of things changed, especially on social media, and so we needed to use things like ads and just like Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I mean, we've done it all. We've done influencer marketing. So that is something to think about as you scale your business. You're going to be using different types of marketing. We have Christine, who is amazing, and she does all of our content for Fat and Weird. It used to be just me that would like do videos and photos and stuff. And so I'll show you a couple little clips from what we recorded today, which is just what I love doing.
That's a great question. I've been wondering that myself.
Yay! Yay, we can go home! Do you want a snack? You had no snack left! I'll get you one. I got you crackers. I love you. You ready to go home? See Daddy?
Well, welcome to the circus that is our life. Letty stayed in aftercare at school today, and that's just usually a little bit more emotionally draining for her. Aubrie told me this, I don't know if it's like a theory or a study, but essentially, you know, if your kid is like really well behaved and like holds it together like during school to make themselves like more likable, then sometimes they like act out a little bit more at home. And so like we tend to find that, you know, the teachers are always like, oh, we love Letty, she's so great. And then, you know, when we get her home, she's like more irritable, fussier. So that theory must hold true to some extent. But back to scaling businesses, just like having structure in your family, a lot of the scaling really takes place as you build out like programs and structure. You know, when you have your first employees, you're literally like, hey, you know, you do everything. And then as you kind of like create like groups, like, you know, people that are in charge of marketing, people that are in charge of sales, people that are in charge of like production, or whatever it is for your business, that's when I feel like you start taking those next steps, and your business can really flourish because everyone knows what their job is and it's very like focused in on a point, but you have to grow your business to get there. You don't get to start overnight with having like a CFO and a CMO and you know all these other branches of your business. You kind of, as the founder or CEO, have to wear all those hats until you get to a point where it makes sense to bring on people that are more experts in that area. Say trick or treat.
All better. Oh, you tricker. You tricky.
This is the end of our night. Usually I clean up from dinner, put everything away while Aubrie gives Letty a bath, and then I'll spend time with both of them while we do like our little bedtime routine. We watch relaxing music with animals while we give Letty her bottle or just hang out or whatever. Which brings me to the next thing is, or I guess the final thing is, no one's going to care or be as passionate about whatever you're doing as you are. So if you're already like not on a 10 out of 10 on the passionate desire scale for this, for whatever it is your business is, then you know, your employee that you hire or people that you hire to come be a part of it are always going to be underneath you. So you know, if you're already at a 7 level out of 10, then they're going to be a 5. So you need to be a 10 so you can hire people that are at least like 8 on the passionate scale and care about your business and what you're doing. But yeah, that's really the last little tidbit I want to say. And if it's not something you're passionate about and you don't love it, then don't do it. We actually didn't start Fat and Weird Cookie for money. I started because I love cookies. Like that's literally how it started out. Obviously, you know, to have a successful business, like money has to come in, but the money was never the driving force of starting Fat and Weird. I just wanted to like share Fat and Weird cookies with people. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you like this or if we should do topics like this more often. Share this video with someone that's trying to scale their business. Subscribe if you haven't. I think that's everything. You're worth it.